We're going to be talking about stress, anxiety. We're going to be talking about how hypnosis and how that can affect your health. We're going to be talking with Jim Curtis. And Jim Curtis was formerly with WebMD and also with IIN. And looking forward to it. Last time we did this, he hypnotized the entire audience live. And I think we're going to be doing that again. I hope we're doing that again. So come on in. And it's been a while. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Please put down in that comments there how you're feeling today. What is going on with you? Hey, Kundalini Rose. And hit this button over here, right there. Give me a bunch of likes. Give me some hearts. So we can influence this button right here. Any plans to come to Croatia? Funny you should mention that. We are thinking about going to Croatia for vacation here in a couple weeks. Yes, they're safe for pregnant women. You can DM us or go to our YouTube and look for happy body, happy baby. Happy body, happy baby. Okay. So put down exactly how you're feeling. Right down in there. Plans to come to Dubai? Yeah, that's something that's on our list. We don't have anything scheduled yet, but I almost certainly will be there. I'm feeling tired today. Best plan for reducing pain and endometriosis. Send us a DM at Human Garage and we'll send you some information on endometriosis. Floating scapula from coming back. Yeah, floating scapula, that means you have dehydration and also just the fascial maneuvers. You got to do the whole body ones though, because the scapula is related to the hips. Get rid of menopause belly. Do you have any solutions? Absolutely. Yes, menopause belly, lower reset off of our website. Lower reset, barefoot sprinter routine number 2. And the primary thing is need to have minerals and need to have Power Kirk 30. Power Kirk 30 while you're on your cycle will reduce the inflammation of every part of your fascial tissue. Yeah, and you guys saw we releasing some pregnancy videos. So you can do lower reset and upper reset while you're pregnant. You can do the 28-day reset. I suggest if you're pregnant to do the 28-day reset because whatever you have, you're gonna bring that baby into the world with that. I'm looking for Jim. It's not there. Have you seen him yet?
I've not seen him yet.
Okay. So extreme tiredness, like freeze. If you're having that, the best thing to do is to do the stress reset, because I know that you're tired, but do the stress reset 2 to 3 times a day for about 7 days. That will take you out of the tiredness, almost certainly. Totally locked up my jaw 24/7, last 6 months, stress related. How to release? Daisy, super, well, if you're locking up your jaw, there's dehydration. So go to our supplement guide on our website, but do the upper reset protocol. Go start doing that right now. Migraines, always muscular, never hormones. Yes, migraines. Migraines. Get the supplement bundle, the 28-day supplement bundle, and do the upper reset protocol. Nashville event was crazy good, awesome. Thank you, Dee, for doing that. I saw videos on that. That was awesome. Yeah, I get the feeling scared thing. There's a lot of people out there, but that's just fear that's processing. You're not scared. You're processing fear.
He's up there.
Okay, Jim, you're there. Okay. Oops. Time since we've talked to Jim live. Jim Curtis.
Long time no see. How are you?
I'm fantastic. We're on our world tour. We're at step 4. We're at Prague. We're going to Dublin. We're going to Sweden. Then we're over in Marbella. Then we're going to Croatia, I think, for a bit back, and then we have a whole bunch of stops back in North America.
I mean, you guys are master manifestors. A year ago, when you said you were doing a world tour with thousands of people, I said, All right. Sounds good. And now it's happening.
Yeah.
Master manifestors.
And we sold out Dublin already. We're going to the biggest facility Dublin has.
Really?
Yeah. And
That sounds like fun.
we got Jeremy Piven opening for us again. And he's been great. He came to Dublin to work just to do that. We're meeting with like Zach Levery, Levi. We got all these people coming in that want help and want to help.
Yeah, I mean, you're magnetizing all those folks. Jeremy Piven had this movie that I absolutely loved called PCU. He was, I can still remember how funny that movie was. He was the best.
Yeah. So question, Jim. What have you been doing? What have you been up to? First of all, for people who don't know you, I mean, you have some background. You were part of WebMD in the
Yeah,
early days. You ran IIN, and I mean, you're still a principal there, but you built that, so lots of people know you from the nutrition and health business.
yeah,
So what have you been uh, what have you been doing for the last while? It's been a while since we've talked to you live.
yeah. So I have, I've been in health and wellness as an entrepreneur for 30 years, and now I've decided to work closely with people, more closely with people. So um, I'm a master hypnotist. I'm a therapist. I have training in NLP and consciousness leadership. So now I kind of work with people that are trying to elevate their lives in some way. But I was thinking about fascial maneuvers, and really, fascial maneuvers. People believe that the subconscious mind is really just our body, and so yeah, yeah. So the way to like start to release trauma and to start to heal and to do all these things is to like shut off the thinking mind, this monkey mind, and get into the body, into the subconscious mind, and that's usually through some kind of trance. And
Yeah.
kind of when I do fascial maneuvers or when I watch people do it, and you move and twist and breathe, and then you say suggestions like, releasing the trauma of my parents or something like that. That is hypnosis, But yeah, so yeah, so that's kind of amazing.
So yeah, I mean, so I've always believed that. I see the body as a computer, and I see the brain as a processor, but the computer itself is where everything happens. And you're a master hypnotist. Now, when you say hypnotize for people, what are the different types of hypnosis? And then how are those types of hypnosis useful to people?
Well, we go into hypnosis, so it's basically we're in high beta, right? Especially when we're scrolling through Instagram, our brain waves are like high beta, and so it's like do, multitask, multitask, solve problems, solve problems. So and basically the brain waves for hypnosis get into a theta state, and so a theta state is when we like go into a little bit of a trance, really chill out, extreme focus on something, opening our perception. That happens all the time throughout the day, like right before bed, right when you wake up, you're in hypnagogic states. When you do fascial maneuvers, when you're meditating, when you're driving long distances, and you kind of get, on the highway, and you kind of just forget that you've even been driving. So it's getting out of the thinking beta state into a more open, connected body state, which is theta, and that is hypnosis. So, but when you work with someone like you and the rest of the Human Garage crew, or someone like me, you go into a deeper state where you can actually then take direction or give yourself direction. Self hypnosis, just like doing fashion maneuvers on your own. You get into your own state, and then you can start to kind of change and release belief patterns and stored emotion and all that stuff. And that's basically what hypnosis is.
So so how much of your work in hypnosis? I mean, there's got to be a lot of it, which is remove trauma, remove blocks, so I can move forward. That's predominantly what it is, right?
Yeah, a lot of people that I work with are one, they've been in terrible relationships and they've been hurt, and they're you know either love relationships or relationships in their family, and they're having trouble recovering, or they've been in patterns where they just can't find that right person, or they've had a condition or a disease or something. It just keeps happening over and over again. They're stuck in it, and so we use it to realize that all of our belief systems have been learned, right? And they've been passed down from our parents and from their parents. Same with all of our trauma; it's generational. So we kind of relive all the generational trauma, and then we have our own traumas in our lives. And so to start to release that stuff, you need to reframe it. But you can't do it consciously because consciously, it's like we have to get into the operating system, which is the autonomic nervous system, which is the subconscious.
Yeah. So what do you? So okay, last time we did a exercise where we hypnotized the audience. Do you think we could give people an experience like that today?
Yeah, we could. Oh, so you work a lot with energy. You're kind of a master at that. And so, but a lot of people don't recognize how much energy they actually have in their body, and
Yeah.
how we're really connected to something bigger through our thought and beliefs in our energy. So maybe we can get people feeling their energy right now at a bigger level.
Okay. So I have a suggestion. I have a 1-2 punch. So everybody, before we do this, if you guys want to experience hypnotism, put it in the comments right now. And then what I want you to do is take that button down in the bottom right hand corner and send it to a friend, send it to someone else. We're going to give you a minute to get some people on here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a transformation. What I'd like to do is start off with is let me do um, what I'll do is an energy meditation that puts us in a state, and then you take over and hypnotize them.
Okay, all right, let's try it.
Okay. So everybody there, yes, please, yes, please, yes, please, put it in there. And guys, hit that button on the bottom right hand corner that looks like a little arrow. Send it off to some friends. Get them on here. Just like hit that button, it'll have a bunch of people there you can send it to. Just click it and then press send. Click it to like 20 of them. And let's get a bunch of people on here. Let's do a massive group hypnosis. Okay, so what we're going to do is just close our eyes. We're going to get into a state. And what we're going to do is take 21 breaths and we're going to do it through colors. I want you to imagine that there's a red, or first of all, get somewhere where you can be either sitting or standing safe. If you fall over, nothing's going to happen. Okay, so first and foremost, let's imagine there's this big ball of red gas in the room around you. What I want you to do is breathe that gas into your body through your mouth. Breathe it in 3 times. Deep. 2, 3. Now imagine that there's orange gas around the red gas. Draw them both into your body 3 times through your mouth. 2, 3. Now imagine there's a yellow gas around the orange and around the red. Draw that into your body. 2, 3. Now imagine there's a green gas around the yellow, orange, red. Draw them all into your body. 2, 3. Repeat after me. I'm open to this experience. Now imagine that there's a blue gas around the green, yellow, orange, red. Draw it all in. 2, 3. Now imagine that there's a purple gas all the way around the blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Draw it in. 2, 3. Now imagine that there's a pearly white gas around it. Purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Draw it all in through your nose this time. Breathe it in. 2, 3. Okay, I'm ready to embody this full experience. Okay, Jim, I think they're ready.
Okay. So if everybody opens up their eyes and just finds a spot anywhere on the ceiling, on the wall, just somewhere in front of you. And all you have to do is look at that spot. And as you look at that spot, also notice all the things that you can see out of the corners of your eyes, your peripheral vision. Just stare at that spot and look at everything else that you can see, opening up your perception, opening up your mind. You listen to my voice, and also try to hear everything else that you can hear. Sounds, even if it's only your breathing that you hear, breathing over. As you drop in and look at that spot and notice everything else around you can see, and listen to my voice and hear everything else you can hear. I wonder if you can notice your hands. And I wonder if your right hand is tingling at all. And as you notice your right hand, I wonder if you can notice your left hand. And I wonder if it starts to tingle at all. And as you start to notice your hands while you're staring at that spot, I wonder if you can bring it into focus. And I wonder if you can let it go blurry. And as you breathe in a clearing breath, you may find your eyes blinking a little bit. And as your eyes blink a little bit more, you may feel like you just want to close them. And as you allow yourself to just let your eyes comfortably close, you begin to sink just a little bit more, deeper into relaxation, allowing yourself just to let go and relax this time for you. And the more relaxed you are, the deeper you go. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you are. And you may wonder, or your mind may wander, but you'll listen to every word that I say. Going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep, deep sleep. Good. That's right. Now I want you to know you can simply release. Release that pain. It's no longer needed. In fact, there's often been times where your subconscious mind will try to protect you from the feeling of pain or hurt, and it will create these beliefs. Those beliefs were there to protect you, so we can thank them now for the service. Let them know they're no longer needed, and instead, new, empowering, positive beliefs can come in that you are good enough, that you are strong enough, that you are worthy enough of everything that you need to accomplish, of healing, of moving forward, that you are attracting more and more in your life now, and even more tomorrow and the next day. The sun is shining bright. And as you notice how bright the sun is, you see that light shine behind your eyes. So beautiful, so bright. Noticing the color it turns behind your eyes. And as you notice that color behind your eyes, I want you to lock it in now. Lock it in with the feeling of hope, the feeling of excitement, with the feeling of ecstasy, as if the color is energizing each and every cell in your body, every nerve ending, remembering the time you fell in love, remembering the time of the sunset or sunrise, remembering the baby's first smile, the silly pet trick. And as you do, wrap that color around it and lock it in. Now, as you see this color in the waking world, you'll be reminded of the beauty of things, of the ecstasy of things, of the bliss of life. Good. Allowing that to be now. Coming back to this world, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes wide open and awake.
I'm feeling feeling my head feels like it's going back and forth. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how deep that was. And everybody in the comments put down what you're feeling.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if anybody was able to conjure the light.
I was able to conjure light.
What color it was.
The color for me was a bright sun with a purple violet essence behind it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's neat. That's neat.
yeah.
People are feeling calm, rocking. Someone had yellow light.
I was rocking.
Yeah, yeah.
If you got nothing, that's okay too, because it's there's different states of awareness that come in when we're working with consciousness.
Yeah, and I think that doing this over, everyone can be hypnotized. I think it's just as you learn to do the fascial maneuvers correctly, it's the same with hypnosis. It's sometimes it takes a little bit of practice,
Yeah,
but it's all
I'm feeling very light and floaty. My hips are going like this.
great.
Yeah.
Good.
So so what is the like what is the well first of all are you we're announcing all these tour stops. I would love you to come and get on stage in front of 1,500, 2,000 people and do this in person.
Okay. Where? Which stop?
You tell me. I'll get Lisa to send you out the tour dates. But we're adding more as we go. It's crazy. So because right now we're going like
Closest one's probably tomorrow.
yeah, we're gonna be in Toronto on August 24th, or Vancouver on August 17th. We're gonna be in LA in September 14th through the 22nd.
Yeah, I would do LA too. And you know what, Gary? I've been manifesting Spain.
Well,
Really?
we're gonna be in Spain in 2 weeks. Well, we're going there. We're going to Marbella. A Kuwaiti couple is asking us to come over and work with them, and we're getting ready to do something in Kuwait. And you should just come and join us.
Yeah, I'd love to meet you. I'll connect with Lisa and figure out where. LA is a definite. I would, Spain is just something inside me says that I should be in Spain.
Well,
So,
that was where. So when I was leaving in 2019, when I was getting out of the clinic, and I told everybody I'm going to go to Spain and write my book on fascia. I ended up going back up to Canada. The pandemic happened. but but I've been being called there for a long time. So that's why this couple that wanted us to come there, and they the one guy worked for the wealthiest man in the world, and then what they want to do is bring the event into Kuwait, which we're going to do in the winter time.
wow, that sounds.
Yeah. So how do people like now? Like first of all, I noticed, and I'm always watching your Instagram, I'm always watching your TikTok. I notice you're growing. So how do people engage with you? What is it that do they work with you one on one? Do they book an appointment with you? What happens?
Well, you can find me at Jim Curtis One on Instagram. And so I have groups that I do, small groups where I will work with people over over a month's period of time, and only 25 people in the group. And we will go through, we'll meet once a week, and then we'll do all these exercises. So that's one thing. And then I'm going to have this retreat. And I do still take a couple people a month when I have time to actually do coaching and hypnosis. So mostly, the free stuff is on Instagram, and then and then when I have these groups sporadically, people will join the group, and some people reach out to me, and if it's a fit, I'll work with them. But what I really want to move into is these in-person retreats like you're doing. So I feel like meeting people in person. Um, there's a lot of loneliness, and I think what you guys are doing so well is you're creating such an awesome community. You're master community makers, and it's so important for people in the world today with the loneliness. And I've felt loneliness myself, and so yeah, I want to help people through that. So that's kind of what my next goal is.
Well, I mean, if you ever feel lonely, you can get on the phone and call. Um,
Right.
I mean, the whole idea of this movement is that we started and got everybody doing this at home by themselves. And what we're doing is by going out in the world, we're bringing the communities together in each location, and it's happening. It's happening in a big way. We
Yeah.
expect by the time to LA, I think we're going to be somewhere around 2,000 to 2,500 people at the event.
Wow. That's amazing. When I was at IIN, we used to have these big events, but there would always just be speakers up on stage, and a couple and listen to the speakers. And I like how you're doing it differently because, there's someone up in front, but like people are really participating more.
Yeah.
It's so powerful.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to feel it. I don't even know how to explain it. We have a music opener, it gets the oxytocin going. We have like a comedian like Jeremy or somebody that comes up and gets people laughing. Then then what we do is we usually bring like a local celebrity there. Then we have one of our coaches come up, and then Raw of Earth. It's amazing. He gets people that have never chanted before to chant. It's a step by step process, and at the end of it, the energy is so high. People are crying, people are laughing, people are hugging each other.
Yeah, Ra's an interesting guy. I watched a couple of his videos about his hair.
Yeah.
His power is like Thor, and like, oh, who is that guy? The power in his hair. Oh, God.
Oh, he's interesting. He's with us on tour, so he's at every stop.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So we'll get you the dates, Jim. Look forward to it. Anybody here, just follow Jim at Jim Curtis One. Just hit the button up here, and from there drop down and then follow Jim Curtis. And Jim, looking forward to spending time with you in person again. Things are getting exciting. And like we were talking about last year, I mean, I called Jim and said, Jim, I want to do events. I want to do New York. And by the way, we still haven't done New York. $150,000, $200,000 for a space, and I'm like,
Remember, it's like, oh, you'll be in for $500,000. It's too prohibitive, and it's too expensive for people to come into New York. So I think, like you said, you were going to do it, and you're doing it. Mass manifestor in a way that people can afford.
yeah,
Which is important.
yeah. It's really it's become very very cool. And we're gone for 1 year. We're doing one world tour ever. We're never doing it again. This is because it's from this point. We've shown everybody everything that somebody needs to heal their body. The system we're getting right now, Jim. We're getting between 35 and 50,000 questions a week on our Instagram,
Wow.
on our DMs. And we expect that to be 250,000 questions a week within 3 months. So we built all these systems to have volunteers help people paying it forward. And that program is running, and then once it's running, it's up, it's run by the community. I want to go on and I'm going on to performance, man. This is how it started. This started as a performance program. It just helps people heal.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that you've started training some people too, because it just has a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'm so happy for all your success and how much you're helping people in the world. And I appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, it was awesome, Jim. Thank you so much.
All right,
Take
bye.
care. Yeah, so if you're coming to the LA event, Jim Curtis is going to be there hypnotizing you. That's going to be crazy. So what do you guys think? This is this property here is here. So that's a water fountain there, right there, and that's the pond that I'm swimming in. It's got the medieval waters that you can drink. It's insane. So this is Czech Republic. This is the Katrina Resort. We've got some videos coming out. I'm telling you, if you ever get down this way, there's very few places that I wholeheartedly recommend. Outside of Maya Khan is one of them. Anze Resort in Tulum, those two there. This Katrina Resort, Katarina Resort in Czech. It's just it's stunning. It's Czech Republic. It's an hour and a half outside of hour and 45 minutes outside of Prague. Coming to Northern California. No, we're not coming to Northern California, but you're so close. You can come down and see us in Southern California. Yeah, you're like a yeah. Remember, it's how they say it, you're wait, you got Southwest Airlines. Feel free to move around the country. Hey, how you doing, Coach Dalen? Christian, how you doing? Are we almost over? Awesome.
Allison?
Yeah.
Allison comes on at 6.
Okay. Okay, so let me bring up some people. Okay. Florida, we're not coming back to Texas anytime soon, but we will be in LA for sure. LA dates is September 21st. We're going to be there doing media and hosting all of our influencers and our media partners and our partners. If you can't afford it, send us a message and we'll send you a free ticket. This is about people helping people. I mean, if you want to come to an event and you don't have the money to come to an event, please just send us a message. Say you don't have the money. We'll give you a free ticket. There's no problem with that. Toronto, we're going to be there on the
Toronto is on August 24th.
August 24th, and you can go to our website and register for the updates because we're adding more and more and more all the time. Okay, sorry, Val, I can't get you up here.
Vancouver's August 17th.
Vancouver's August 17th. Yeah, I want to come to LA. Yeah, just and again, let us know. The events, we use those events so we can pay. We take a team of 20 of us to go each and every one of these events. Depression, maneuvers for depression. First of all, you got to get the supplements if you can afford them. If you can't, download a supplement guide, get the local ones, but do the lower reset and the organ reset. What's the nearest place to Greece? Well, we're in Dublin next week, and we're going to be in Sweden. Those are pretty close. And we're in Europe right now. And on top of that, we are talking to Greece. We're talking about going there possibly in October. But that's not confirmed yet. That's just in the discussions. We're in Toronto. We're probably going to be down. It looks like we're going to be on the docks, like right downtown. Okay, try to bring somebody else up. You're not able to come up. Okay. People with hypermobility, I have hypermobility, extreme hypermobility, and it's not a disability, it's actually a benefit, but you've got to get your body hydrated and do the fascia maneuvers. Do the 28-day reset, go for 3 months with the supplement protocol. Your hypermobility will become your strongest contributing factor to your health rather than a disability. The reason why hypermobility is a disability is because the fascia wants to extend and lengthen, and the muscles are contracted tight. And that's usually dehydration and fear mechanism. Sweden, go to our website. We're going there in 2 weeks. It's already going, man. We're on the first round, at the first level of selling out already. I believe we're close to it. No, we're not coming to Norway. But my background is partially Norwegian, so okay, can't come up again. Wow, I'm trying to bring everybody up. Nobody's able to come up today. Corleone.org. Regulate and heal your nervous system. Do the 28-day reset. Polycystic ovaries, 28-day reset. Do the lower reset extra, and take the supplements and do castor oil packing. Castor oil packing right here. And it won't be long before you're over it. Going to the northeast. We were just in the northeast. We were in just outside of in between New York and Boston in the Berkshires. First time here. Welcome, Jan. Can you pair the supplements with molecular hydrogen? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Yeah, our supplements are great. Our supplements hydrate the body. If you want, the fascial fuel puts you into ketogenesis, so your body is running on ketones rather than sugar. Wow, another person can't join. Let's see here. I've been trying to bring people up. Castor oil pass, and then inflammation reduction or control. Those are the primary things we do. Yep. Hello.
Garry,
How are you, Sherry?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Sherry, whereabouts are you again?
I'm in Seattle area.
All right.
South of
Sleep us in Seattle.
Yes.
And
And you got me waking up in the morning.
Sherry, when's your birthday again?
December 7th, 1970.
Right. Okay. Got it. And now, are you like a 16 degree or 15 degree, or do you know?
15 degree
15.
badge and Aries 7-degree moon with a Scorpio 22.
So, are you an artist?
I'd like to do art. I don't know if I consider myself an art. In college, I did pretty good, but then I kind of went on to things, psychology and
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's been going on in your life?
Well, since Austin, when you worked on my body and my leg before the event, I went through that whole week. I was in Austin for the rest of the week. I had no pain in my whole body the rest of the time, and I came with a wheelchair to Austin, not necessarily thinking I was going to use it, if you remember this, but on the way to the event located, walking out of the house, and I literally couldn't walk. And you got me walking and literally the whole event without the wheelchair. And my knee was still swollen, but by the next day that was gone. And then it was great. And then guess what? On the way I had to use a wheelchair at the airport because it's just easier. Getting through TSA, I got up to walk through and my knee slipped again. And I literally, okay, I'm going home, right? Story's coming back in. Old, and it hurt for probably 2 days, but I worked through it, and it hasn't hurt until yesterday. A story came back in about victim. My knee started hurting, and I'm working through that. So that's I'm trying to work through, and I'm going to try to get up to Vancouver to do partner maneuvers and work, with the team up there.
Yeah.
And I'm so I'm working on coaching in that.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, look, it's a step-by-step process. I've over the last 4 years, I've had moments because I've chose to do this all myself where like I've had pain in a knee or a foot or a hip that I waited and sat in, didn't try to fix. I tried to maneuver. I worked to maneuver around, but I found that as I kept going, eventually the solution would come.
Yeah, that's what I just want to keep moving. And I'm supposed to actually have doctors for a knee replacement for the knee. I had club feet when I was born. So the ankle. I want to share something with you that I didn't get to share with you. When you were working on me and you hit my ankle on my left side, which is my worst deformed ankle, I have an ankle replacement and that. So my birth defect is the same birth defect like when kids are born without arms and that. So it's like
Yeah.
squeeze and then let's go and the deformity happens. When you hit that area, I literally went back into the womb in like a 30 pain, like it was like an instant of this high pain. And I was back, it was dark, but I knew I was in the womb and then I came back out with no pain. So it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
moment.
that's why the fascial maneuvers is technically you're going into fetal position, which gives your body a memory of being in the.
Yeah, it was unreal. In the whole session, I have to say, I do Reiki in that, like as a practitioner, I have a wellness center. And it felt like I was in that energy trance the whole time you were working on me. Like I had to like watch some videos that friends took, and that to kind of remember the whole session. It was like you had me in that state
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, it's really cool because the body naturally, when it wants to transform or heal in other ways or adapt, it will go and do whatever it needs to do. If it needs to send you something, it will. If it needs to take you somewhere, it will.
Yeah. And the squat you got me into, I'd never gone that deep into a squat.
Wow.
So like my whole kind of like was in this space because of my knees and everything. I'd never been able to get past a certain, spot without a lot of pain. And so, yeah, there was a lot of transformation for sure that week. And I'm really excited to be able to share it as I keep healing. I've already started I teach meditation, doing meditation and maneuvers and just introducing it to people and
So
helping them.
anybody in Seattle can reach out to you.
Yeah, I actually opened a Human Garage Seattle because there's not there. We're kind of spread out here,
On
so there's a lot
on what, Telegram or?
on Instagram.
Okay, cool.
There's a few things. There's an introduction in that, so I'm still kind of learning Instagram as far as posting a lot. But I actually have a team that for my business that does it, so I'm having them start to help me. So yeah, I would love to get the community more together. I reached out to a few people I met in Austin that we're all like an hour apart. There's a few that are close to me, but there's more like in Bremerton and on the islands and stuff.
I think you'll start to see them show up here by the fall. I think you're going to see everybody start to cluster because I mean, there's a lot of people in the area. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's just that we're spread out and there's not a lot of coaches yet,
Yeah.
that are at the level.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping to go to, like when you come to Vancouver and then go to LA, go back, to the events, and just get as much involved in the community as I can. So
Well, we'll definitely see you in Vancouver.
yeah, no, I love it. And just what would be your advice right now for me to keep moving through? Because I don't want to do the surgeries now. And actually,
Partner maneuvers. Since you got some people there, you got Mela Farfan says, "I will come." I'm in Bellingham. So, so one of the things is that partner maneuvers will really help because that'll get the body moving. It's a little hard to get that area because of where it is, even for myself to get it moving. So partner maneuvers will really help.
okay. And then I just keep working on the story. I felt that
Yeah.
when I and that about that I got to let go of all the stories of what's happened in the past. And I have to say, I thank you for the astrology piece because I'd already been looking into astrology the last few years and studying a little bit. But bringing in serious joy and doing that past lives and karma like shifted me so much out of victim and realizing that it's part of my past life. I have an Aries in Chiron, so a lot of I learned from Chris that the soldier in me,
Yeah.
was coming back.
That's awesome.
But,
See you in Vancouver.
all right. Thank you, Gary.
Okay. Bye.
15 minutes of listen.
Yeah, yeah, super, super interesting. Catalina, Human Garage in Sweden. Yeah, we're going to be in Sweden, and we have people all through Sweden. I mean, Sweden's selling out already. Catalina,
Hello, how's it going?
good. So you still in
I
Colombia?
am, yeah, yeah. Although we moved, so now we're in the coast.
Oh, cool.
So
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
people
So beach
who are
life.
getting to know you or seeing you on our Instagram, what's your birthday again?
November 27th, 1983.
And are you
So
5 degrees Sag or 6?
I'm a four
Oh,
degree,
four
4 degree
degree.
Sag.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Aquarian version of Sag.
and then Virgo moon and Libra
And
rising.
so people, and for people who don't know, in the messages, answering questions all the time is Catalina. So you're helping people out. And there's a lot of messages coming in right
Oh
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. There's a group of us that answer, and yeah, we are very busy.
What are you what are you seeing? Like, what are some of the recurring themes that you're seeing right now?
You know, a lot of the people message us with pain, chronic pain, chronic pain syndromes. Autoimmune seems to be really big, and also trauma. A lot of people have experienced trauma, and I think now that we're talking a lot more on and giving people the tools in order to release the trauma and to move past it, people want that. People are looking for ways to do that and to do that themselves. So it's been really good too that now you're on the tour, you're bringing it to people around the world, and so that they can also physically get some healing in community, and then they can partner it with the stuff that they can do at home with the tools
So
that we can give
is
them.
that now that we're on the tour and you're getting all those messages, is that changing the type of messages or is it change? Are you seeing new people?
No, we're seeing, I think, more people. I think it's bringing more awareness throughout, and we're seeing a lot more people wanting to either be a part of the community, wanting to release trauma, wanting to heal. So I think it's such a good thing. We're busy, but I think it's such a good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is busy. And so people who don't know, your story is interesting. Why don't you just share that with Ken?
Sure. Yes. So briefly, about 10 years ago, I was healthy and active, high stress, but loved my job as a tactical paramedic. I was bodybuilding, and I became paralyzed. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and I was in a wheelchair for a few years. I went into remission, and then when COVID hit, I got COVID, and my symptoms came back. And then with that, a slew of um, other autoimmune disorders. But I was at my worst. I was bedridden, and I wasn't able to take care of myself, shower. My organs were slowly failing. I was at the point where in Canada, the doctors didn't really know what else to do. They had me on the like starting the process for the MAID program, which was the medical assistance in dying. And so we were going to go through that program. But we decided to kind of give healing one last chance, and we moved abroad. I also did a stem cell transplant, but I threw myself into fascial maneuvers as well as part of my healing, um, because I knew too that I needed not just physical healing but emotional healing as well. And so through everything that I kind of threw myself into, removing toxins from my diet, removing chemicals, eating organic, drinking filtered water, breath work, meditating, grounding, sunlight, fascia maneuvers, the whole thing. I got a new lease on life and a second chance. So that's why I'm so passionate too, to bring
So,
fascia maneuvers to
so
everybody.
it's quite a it's quite a journey. I mean, people. I mean, you see people that are having these diseases, whatever the disease is, or whatever the illness is, or the chronic pain. But I mean, yours is all the way to the point that you were considering medically induced suicide.
Yeah.
So in other words, practitioner suicide.
Yeah, it got to the point where we had no other options. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people are so desperate and in that situation. I know back in Canada, it's getting to be like that for a lot of people.
It's becoming very regular. I'm hearing a lot of people
Yeah,
using the weed right now.
yeah, yeah. And so I think it just takes giving yourself a second chance as well and throwing yourself into something, even as unconventional as it may sound for some people, just going into it wholeheartedly with the full faith that knowing that you're going to heal, because the body does have the ability to heal itself. And so
Yeah.
trusting in yourself and trusting in that, you can find healing and you can find peace too at the end of the day.
So what was the turning point? Like, where's the point where you went from, I'm considering leaving this world medically to, um, I have a lease on life. Was it a switch that flipped? Was it a day?
Um, it was when the doctors suggested that that was basically my only alternative. I had to really sit with myself, and I did a lot of like meditating on that. And for me, it was a matter of, like, is this it? Is this all that is left for me? And there was just something inside of me that just said no, like that there's something else, that there's something more, and that I needed just to take a leap of faith and to give something outside of Western medicine a try and do it like wholeheartedly and do it 100%, give myself 100% into it. And so once I kind of realized that I just wasn't going to give up, and I wasn't going to just accept that that was the doctor's like only option for me, I went into it like head first, and I didn't look back.
Mhm.
And since then, I think it cleared a lot of my doubts. It cleared a lot of like it really changed my perspective even on myself, because I didn't think that originally that I was strong enough or that I could do it. You know what I mean? And then afterwards, when I realized that the body is capable of healing itself, I realized just how wonderfully powerful we are. And we just really need to tap into that.
Right. I mean, I'm clearing my throat. I ate some stuff today that I was testing out and it didn't work out that well. Um, so I guess one of the things that experience gives you or gave me was because I have contemplated several times in my pain journey, is it gave me the ability to relate to people. And do you find
Mm-hmm.
now that you're answering questions and helping people on a daily basis through their own journey? How do you find that helps you?
Absolutely. It gives you an ability to really tap into other people's suffering because you've been there. Like I've been into like the worst despair. And so I can really, really empathize. Like I thought I had empathy before, but not to the level now that I have empathy. I can see people suffering on a much deeper level, and it makes me just really want to reach out and help them in any way that I can, even if that is just somebody to listen, somebody to support. And so it does expand the level of empathy that you're able to have for other people.
So when you're helping people in the chat, like what is the first of all, do you find that people are really open to ask questions in detail? Is it a safe place for them?
They are. Sometimes it's interesting because they'll start talking about their arthritis as an example. And then next thing you know, they're telling you about these like deep traumas that they've experienced in their life. And they're telling this to strangers. Like, I don't know these people, but they're feeling safe. They're feeling safe in our messages, in our chats, in our DMs to explore that and to want to share that and unburden themselves with that. And that, I think that's really beautiful that that Human Garage is providing such a safe space for people to feel like that they can unload themselves, like unload their burdens and find some relief.
Yeah, I mean, it's I answered those questions for 2 years straight. Um, I mean, I still answer them today at my own, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing the ability to do that right now. But I was answering questions for 12 hours a day for 2 years straight,
Yeah.
and it gave me a deep sense of what's happening out there. It gave me a better idea about what's going on in the world, and it is a little bit it's a little bit scary right now with what's happening.
It is. It is. And you can see too that people are getting more and more desperate for healing. You can feel
Yeah,
that. It's palpable in the messages.
right. Well, September 1st, it's gonna. That's why we're getting ready.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I think having the world tour now was, it couldn't have come at a better time for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. It's bringing people together and bring because at the end of it, Instagram is great, but the real work happens when people get together in community.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why too, like I'm starting to host like classes here too as well in Colombia. I started making bilingual content as well for Human Garage. So we're trying to get
Mhm.
again more community here in the Latin American countries. So hopefully
Yeah,
you're able to bring some of the world tour down here.
yeah. I mean, we are. We're gonna be heading down that way. It's. I mean, we plan to be on this for a year, so so it's basically this time next year. So we'll get through Australia and India before the end of the year, and then we'll probably come back and reset in Cancun, and then go back down to South America.
Yeah, amazing. I'd love to be part of it for sure.
Well, you're going to be. Thank
Yeah.
you so
No,
much for all
you're
you do to
welcome.
help people. We really, really appreciate you and what you're doing, and sharing videos and creating content, etc.
Perfect. No, thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your tour.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
take care.
Yeah, and somebody asked, is there aftercare? Yes, the whole program is designed online, so all the care we've never actually been for years. It's all been done online. You have classes you can go to, you have sessions that you can go to, all free of charge in our app. Start off Donnell KO. Start off in the 28-day reset. And there are classes that are going on, and Ireland is buzzing right now, and there's a lot of groups starting up there.
Since there
Yeah, let's talk about Allison. Where's Allison?
was the campus and all.
Okay,
ALIS, the one.
here we go. Pisces moon, 26 degrees. Allison,
How are
I'm
you?
doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm actually feeling amazing today. It's so lovely to see you again.
So so we sold out the first venue in Dublin, and now we're moving to the bigger one. We're just confirming it today, but we're going to the largest space that can hold us in Dublin.
Amazing, amazing. And I was thinking about you yesterday, so this is perfect timing because I was thinking, wow, I can't even imagine how you guys feel every day serving and teaching this work in this way because the level of joy that I'm getting from getting messages from people who are like, thank you so much for like bringing human garage into my life, like the difference I'm feeling. These are people who are just doing it at home by themselves.
Yeah,
You know, literally, this is what I want to say to people today because very often we get in our own way. And I had a couple of people message me going, are they coming to the UK? Are they coming here? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Can we just practice the pause for a minute, which I think is super
yeah.
important? That you don't have to wait to start. You don't even have to wait till next week. If you're going in Dublin, your life is happening now. So get on the app, download the first 28 days, and just start getting into your body and doing these movements. You know, very often we're like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to wait until I go and then I'll do this, or I'm going to wait until they bring a date up from my city. It's like, no, Don't wait for the date. Don't wait for the date, because I'm telling you, Gary, now I'm on a parasite cleanse. So I'm going to say the last couple of days have been a bit hairy, but today I feel like I could take over the world.
Yeah,
Like, I feel
it
amazing.
it's that, you know, there's many stages as you come out of, as somebody comes out of stress. And the amazing part is that step by step, like in the 7 day and 21 days and 28 days, but the third 28-day cycle that someone's doing this, their whole nervous system resets. And this is, you know, and this is why I've been telling people it's not a, this isn't something you just do. This is like becomes a lifestyle. Like I'm standing in line somewhere and I just go like that. All right, I'm like this, and I do that all the time because what it's doing is giving myself these mini resets throughout the day. And
Mhm.
every time I do that, I take my stress from here to here, and it ratchets it up. I take it down again. I take it down again. And over time, my body habituates that new stress level, which gives me all this more capacity.
Well, it's like clarity of thinking, much better sleep. I mean, I'm sleeping deeper and better than I ever have. Now, I mouth tape as well, which I think is really important because I'm a mouth breather. So I've been mouth taping for quite a while, which also really helps with my sleep quality. But more so than that is that I'm listening to my body from a completely different perspective. You know, I'm someone who's been teaching meditation for 2 decades. Like, I'm not new to any of this work. And that's what I want people to hear. There's something very special about getting into your body at this level and removing the energy and the stress from your fascia, and the consistency of doing that and the gift that you are giving yourself. I was just showing my son the video. You had an athlete on the other day.
Yeah,
I'm trying to reiterate all the time. He's 13, you met him.
yeah.
You know, it's just like, oh, look, you know, this still happens in an athlete's body because at this age, he's growing so fast. I think he grew last year an inch a month for 5 months. So it was
Yeah, that,
quick.
and that's the growing pains that go with
Yeah.
that in the legs, especially for boys, the growing pains in the legs. When they do the fascial maneuvers, the pains go away.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to. So I'm just coming from the be the change you want to see in the world. That's the parenting we're in this week. So hopefully, as I keep doing it, he'll like want to join in more. I do have one question, Gary, that I'm inundated with this question, and I know that you can speak to it far better than me. After the last video we did, a lot of people reached out and they were like, I heard yourself and Gary talk about hydration so much,
Yeah.
but how do I hydrate?
Yeah, so the issue is most people are consuming enough liquid. And you know they say, well, if you're drinking coffee or you're drinking chocolate milk or juice, that's not hydrating. You have to drink water. That's actually a lie. If you have a fluid in your body, whether it comes from a plant, a food, or whether it comes through water, that fluid is is usable by your body. And the issue with the primary issue that we have with hydration is most people are bringing enough in, they're not holding enough, and they're over the last 40 years, but over the last 20 years in particular, we've been spraying chemicals in the sky. Those chemicals are for geoengineering. They affect weather patterns, but one of those chemicals is barium. And barium is an element. So what we have is we have elements. One of the elements is like silica, selenium, calphos, stuff like that. Silica is the primary one. It's the dominant one. It's the base element because we're made of silica. And if our silica levels get too low, we no longer absorb the minerals. So people that, you know, they'll take minerals or they'll put sea salt in their water, but they're not absorbing it if you don't have silica. And
Hmm.
this is where the issue is because you have to have an element to absorb a mineral. The minerals allow you then, like Irish sea moss and bladderwrack, those together are all 102 minerals. Those allow you to hold water. Now, water creates, we call phase 4 water, exclusion zone water, which is the water that goes in between the layers of fascia. That is what starts sending the signals from your nervous system and from your fascia to connect so that your brain and your fascia, which moves the body, is working together. And when you're dehydrated or don't have the right minerals, the body still moves. It finds a way. Like the body, we can do amazingly horrific things to this body for like decades before it gives up. So, but when it has all of those things, it automatically heals. automatically moves, it automatically respirates, stress levels go down, disease starts to go away. So the hydration issue is not a water issue, and people think that you drink more water, but most people are drinking filtered water. And if you're drinking filtered water, that water is dehydrating because the filter is taking the minerals out.
Yeah.
Unless you're remineralizing. And if you take the minerals out, that water goes through you like when it goes over a rock and it takes the minerals out of you. So really the issue is a mineralization issue and it's a chemical issue. The other part too is we have chemicals in our house. We have chemicals in our cleaning products. We have PAFs. Another one that dehydrates people they don't think about is 2.4 gigahertz. So that's your Wi-Fi signal in your house. That dehydrates your fascia and your skin instantaneously.
Well, you're going to love, you're actually going to meet my sister in Dublin. She's going to be there with her 2 kids and lots of friends. She's a building biologist,
Wow.
Ireland's first building biologist, and she's an EMF expert. So that's what she does for a living. So she goes in and she tests the houses and she sees, like, you know, say if a kid is having issues with ADHD or hyperactivity or different health issues, she goes in and she tests where different frequencies is. She's all sorts of equipment.
Have her come and talk to Lisa because we
Okay.
can, we may be able to capture some content when she's there because we have Justin Franson who's the EMF rock guy, but I like to
Yes.
bring
Yeah.
other resources because she does it specifically for the houses.
Yeah. So
That'd be really cool.
he doesn't do anything like what Justin does. I was actually talking to him about meeting my sister because I was like, gosh, my sister would love what you're doing, right?
Yeah,
Because she's coming from keeping your understanding hyper, you know, electromagnetic sensitivity in people.
yeah,
And then also understanding what we can do in our home to protect ourselves.
yeah,
But then she goes a step further. So she's like, she'll work with people. Well, first of all, she says to everyone, you should hardwire your house.
yeah.
Everyone should have their house hardwired, especially if they have the opportunity to build something new. So what she would be working with people on is changing the materials, using different kind of insulation materials, all of this stuff. Our dad actually built a garage years ago. He died when we were 21 from cancer. And there was asbestos. And I always remember he used to take Grace and Kate down. He had this big, it was down in the East Wall Road in Dublin, Tom Canavan Motors. And he always used to go down and there was asbestos everywhere. And at that stage, we didn't really understand just how damaging these were. Now, there was other stuff. There was like, you know, his lifestyle. And yes, he was a smoker and different things. But definitely we would say, because he was 40, just turned 48. And I would definitely say the exposure at that level to asbestos. And so through our journeys, we've both gone slightly different ways, but the same holistic
Right.
space. Because I'm really interested, like I used to have chronic asthma. I used to be on inhalers all the time. That's why I'm a breathwork coach. I healed my asthma through breathwork and then also removing all carpets, no chemicals. I never use a chemical on my skin. I never use a chemical to clean in the house. There is absolutely no need. There is no need to bring a chemical inside your house. You walk outside that front door and you're being blasted with all sorts of
Right.
stuff, you
Yeah.
know? So it's like you can't control that. But what you can control is what comes into your home, is your sleep environment, is what you're letting in here. That's what we are in control of. So I'm so passionate about getting people to understand their toxic load. And if I can heal myself from being on 3 steroid inhalers and Bricanyl and all of this stuff, I spent loads of my childhood in hospital on nebulizers all the time, constantly couldn't breathe.
Wow.
No inhalers, no medication, no nothing for many years now.
So that's a really good point. And this is where the message that we have is really simple, is that we're not really sick, we're being poisoned. And
Yes.
and we're being poisoned by, consciously and unconsciously by all the chemicals that have been brought into our environment. And they've been there, they've been there hardcore for 50 years.
Yeah.
But the last 20 years, we've had this complete bombardment of these chemicals. Because we've taken all the natural colors out and we've taken chemicals and added it more to food, but it's in the clothing. Like I saw this report on the PAFs in the crotch area of women's yoga
Underwear.
pants. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, there are different fabrics that we wear that affect our frequency and vibration as well, you know,
Yeah.
and where they were made and how they're made. But coming to America, for me, myself and James had horrific gut issues. So I lived in New York for years, then went home, had James, and we moved back to LA 2019. And about 6 to 7 months, bearing in mind now, Gary, I was going to farmers markets and getting organic food and doing all the things, especially living in LA, right? I had so much access
Yeah.
to the best of everything and to all the fancy stuff as well. And both of us ended up with really horrendous gut issues, and just our bodies were not doing well with the food. And I started to go into the supermarket. Like, we have a company in Ireland that makes local peas, for example, in Ireland. And in my grocery store here, they have a UK and Irish part of the aisle. And so I'm going and I'm just picking it up and I'm like, I'm going to look at the ingredients just to have a look. And I'm like, in a tin of peas, right? Made in Ireland, there's two ingredients, peas and water. In America, there's red 40, there's yellow. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
actually telling me that the company in Ireland, and actually I was saying to someone, just messaging them before, I'm actually going to reach out to them and say, can I ask you a question? Why would you even make two different products? Why would you add chemicals into a product you don't need to and send it to another country? Every time I pick up ingredients here, I'm just like, I need to take a deep breath. It's so
That's a
unnecessary.
dark rabbit hole.
Oh, stop. And I've
Yeah.
been down
Yeah.
it many
It's
times.
it's like if you look at Heinz ketchup in Ireland or the
Yep.
UK, it has like about 5 ingredients
Yep.
or 4 ingredients, and in America it has like 25 ingredients or something.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
we
so I just said, we have got to eat real food. We really have to understand, you know, the importance of what we're putting in our body, what we're putting on our skin. I'm always saying to people, your skin is your largest organ. It really is your largest organ. For women, we put on average, I think, between 560 and 630 on average chemicals on our skin every day, between
yeah.
makeup and cleansers and shower stuff. It's not good.
And I mean, my journey has been to simplify and remove everything, and I know I've been
Yeah.
doing it, and it's like literally changing me in every aspect.
Mm.
That plus the reduction of stress, the removal of emotions and stuff like that. And I think people have a version of their life where this is hard, and
Yes.
it takes a little focus and a little time, but it's not only easier. Like, one of the biggest objections we get is it's more money for organic, but it, like in food. But what I have
Mm.
found, that when people are completely organic for over 28 days, they eat between 30 and 50% less food, which
Mm.
is the price increase of organic.
Okay, I am going to give you the perfect example. I am laughing so much right now because last night we went to the supermarket. I'm on a cleanse, right? Now, just because I'm on a cleanse doesn't mean I bought less. And I went to the supermarket last night, and every time I go to the supermarket, I'm always joking with the girl at the cashier. I'm like, geez, I came in for a couple of things and I end up spending this much. And I nearly fell over last night because it was so much cheaper than it usually is. And I was walking out of the supermarket and I said to James, well, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what does. I said the bulk of what we bought today was fruits and vegetables and all of those good things. And it was far less than buying any packaged stuff
Yeah,
that I would usually get. So, you know, some of the theories that we have around organic is more expensive. And, you know, well, I can tell you what's really expensive in America.
yeah,
Sick care. Sick
sick
care
care. Yeah,
is really
yeah,
expensive. And I'm telling you now that finding an extra few dollars and prioritizing that is going to be far less expensive than shelling out a load of money for health insurance and all these other treatments and everything that you're going to do. We just started, my friends are amazing here. They started a local farmers market. Actually, do you know who's at our farmers market? Sovereignty Ranch.
oh, you're
Yes.
kidding.
Yeah. So Molly's team come out here every Tuesday and sell whatever is fresh and local and in season. And it's interesting. One of the things that Lenore, my friend, was saying that she has people say every week is, you don't have enough fruits and vegetables. And she's like, no, we have everything that's in season. you need to learn to eat in season. We
Yeah.
have what's growing now and what you should be using now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were laughing because we're going to go out to Molly and have lunch and get to know them a little bit more. But the people that are in the market every week are absolutely incredible. She's doing an amazing job.
Yeah, man, Molly's interesting, and she is doing an amazing job. She's definitely been fighting an uphill battle, but I think she's at the winning point. Somebody was asking about things like a laundry detergent. You know what we use? We use magnets. You can buy them on Amazon called laundry magnets. What they do is they create. What happens is soap doesn't clean clothes. The water cleans clothes. The water is a solvent. So soap creates friction in the water. So you can buy them off of Amazon. You go to just put laundry magnets. They're about $80 in the United States. They're blue. And you put them in your laundry and they clean better than soap. And there's no chemicals. And you can put a little bit of essential oil in the either in the in the laundry, or you can put it in the dryer with the sheep wool balls. And it's super simple. And by the way, you know, like we were helping a resort do this the other day. They spend this resort spending $25,000 a year doing laundry and soap. And I'm like, you put these magnets in, your $25,000 a year is gone.
That's actually like incredible. Thank you. I don't know, for anybody listening, I'm like, fantastic. There's my new laundry detergent. I will find that on Amazon and share the link, guys, because I'm going to buy it straight after this.
Super easy.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
And then we use the Alcaviva water. So I mean, there's different ionizers.
Yeah.
The ones that we have at Alcaviva. Level 1 acid water is for cosmetic removal,
Okay.
and it's for face. And then level 2 is a complete antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. So it actually cleans better than Windex because there's no chemical residue. So you just put it in a spray bottle and spray it and wipe it off. And so that there, when you take away laundry detergents and cleaning detergents, even if they're natural, like even the natural cleaning detergents like Myers and stuff like that, I don't want to walk around my barefoot on Myers. I don't care. There's still stuff in there. It's better than the others. So we use acid, high level acid water, and then the other part about Alcaviva is we put the 11.5 water. We take the fruit, because when you buy organic fruit from a store, not a farmer's market, but from a store, organic is the way it's grown, but it doesn't have to be transported organic. And if it goes across the border, 100% is sprayed.
Right. Oh, stop it, Gary. I did not know that.
Yeah. So what we do is we put the fruit in 11.5 water. You let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you'll see like a color, like a yellow or a green residue, an oily residue come to the surface. And that's the light spray that's on the organic fruit. And I've done this lives before, where I'll take it from the farmer's market, same tomatoes, put them in two things. People will say that's because of the color of tomatoes. So I take the exact same ones, one from the farmer's market, one's from Whole Foods, exact same one, say organic, and I'll have the oil-based residue on the store-bought one. And it's because like it goes into a store, and in the transport in the store and stuff like that, they're concerned about their inventory, so they don't have the same requirements as the person growing.
I mean, you often look, like I said to James yesterday, there's no way this apple is fully organic. It's too shiny. It's ridiculous. You know,
Right.
it's sitting there and it's just like, I'm not sure this came off the tree like this. I want to go back to the water filter because I'm actually looking for a new water filter for my house. I do have a whole house filtration system, but it's not this quality. Do they do whole, because you're saying
Yes,
you
they do.
use,
Just
they
reach
do
out
the
to
whole
Shane.
house.
Yeah, just
Okay.
reach out to Shane. Just tell him that you're working with us.
Okay.
He will walk you through it, so they
Okay.
can put the entire house on a system, and they can put the entire house on a system. It's super powerful. It makes a massive difference because
Yeah.
you know, like the skin is the biggest organ, as you know. So when we shower, and this is one of the problems in the United States, there is PAFs, fluoride, fluorine, and pharmaceuticals in the water supply testable at insane levels. And you can go to your local water district and you can actually Google your local water district and it'll tell you what chemicals are in your water. Those chemicals come into your house. And when you shower in them, they're absorbed immediately through your hair and through your skin. And so if you can't don't have a way around it, one of the ways you get a vitamin C shower head. They're about $80. That takes the chlorine out and a lot of the chemicals, not 100%. There are other shower head filters. Just make sure that they're good. There's some that range into a
Yeah.
couple $100, and they are worth it. It changes everything. Like for example, in my old place when I was in LA, I would take the shower head and I would fill up my bath with the shower head because
Hmm.
because I wanted the bath, but I still wasn't going to run it. And when we went to Vegas for a podcast, I get into Vegas and I get in the water and I'm inundated with chemicals. And it was like, we were there for 2 days. The first day I got a shower. The second day I couldn't even do it. What I did is I literally took water, bottled water. I wiped my armpits, put oil on. I waited till I got into LA from Vegas because the water was so horrible. And if you don't put it on your skin if you wouldn't eat it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is, cosmetic or water.
And that's what I say to people when you're reading ingredients as well. Like if you can't pronounce it, please don't eat it. I do want to go back about the water. Now I'm on a well, but this is the argument I have. I'm
Well,
actually
oh
on
well,
four.
oh well,
Oh well.
oh well.
Oh well,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm on 4 acres, but I do have a neighbor that I can see from here, and then I do have neighbors up there. Now, before me, I've been letting this land rest because let me tell you, the people that were here before me were happy sprayers, happy glyphosate sprayers. So I have a big pond out there, and the neighbors always saying, "Oh, I think you should kill all that and spray it." And I'm like, "Can you please understand that we're all on well water?" And you're spraying glyphosate everywhere to kill everything, even though you wanted to move to the country. So I don't understand that, but have a perfect yard.
yeah,
And I said, that's then going down. And I said, it's going into your water and it's coming up through your well water. And she said to me, oh no, my husband said that it doesn't go down that far.
yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
listen. 96% of women tested have jet fuel in their breast milk. So, and if you got jet fuel in your breast milk, you've got chemicals in your table, your water table. So
Yeah.
yeah, listen, people are gonna get it. I mean, there was a time when in my life where I was like, organic, it's not that good. It's not that much. I mean, I did those things too. So
Yeah.
I'm coming from a place of reformed my own belief system and just sharing it. And
I've even
I
made vinegar stuff to like go, oh, look, you could try this
yeah,
and see how it works. But it's, listen, Gary, I came from the fashion industry where I was a model and totally on the other side where I was partying for a living and I'm in recovery a decade. So let me tell you, I mean, the change is like, talk about two total opposite ends of the spectrum. You couldn't have more. So some people I see that I used to live, party with in New York or whatever, maybe some people reach out to me and they're struggling with addiction. And the first thing they say, and I don't take offense to any of it anymore, they're like, I've been watching your stuff and if you can do it, really anybody can.
yeah.
I think there's a compliment in
Yeah,
there somewhere.
yeah, I get it. I'm the same. I'm the same way because I was. I mean, literally in my previous life, I hung with some of the weirdest, wildest people in the world. So I come from that world too, and I but that's also what makes it real. It
Yeah.
makes it real because it allows us to help people because we have experience. Like I can't stand when somebody who's never ever had an injury, had a sexual dysfunction, had a trauma, didn't do drugs or something, preaches about it. I mean, what I like about what we're doing is that we're telling people to, be authentic,
Mm.
and share from your own experience. And if you share from your own experience, then it always works.
And I also, this is something that I was on my walk this morning with the dog and I was just thinking about what have I been doing differently since I went to Human Garage in Austin, right? And I would be, I was an extremist the other way when we're talking about drink, drug, and addictions, right? So I have that tendency, and that can also swing into wellness, right? Like when I started studying
Sure.
nutrition 13 years ago, I'm sure I drove everybody insane, you know, because I was all like, oh my God, and you have to do this and this is amazing. But one of the things I was just contemplating on this morning, I was like, you know what I think has actually benefited me? And this is still just in my mind. So I'm a big fan of like cold water therapy and this and this and this. And I'm like, you know what? I think just for where I have been recently with just traumas coming up and different things, I think that was actually stressing me out more.
Yeah. Listen, there's people talk about addiction. Human beings are addicted. We're addicted
Mhm.
to emotions, and certain things dysregulate them. So when people say addiction, we're
Yeah.
addicted to everything.
Yeah.
And so it's is that addiction functioning, allowing me to function my life or not function my life?
Mm.
That's really what it is. So when it comes down to addictive tendencies, what I've learned in working clinically with addiction and then going through it myself is that when the body finds a better way to relieve that emotion, because that's what it is
Yeah.
at the end, that feeling or the emotion, it will no longer even think about the previous way. It doesn't
Yeah.
care. That's the same way that we move on to harder
Yeah.
drugs. Well, when the body moves off the drugs into natural sources, we don't care anymore.
Yeah. And I actually think the extremism in the wellness for me, because my central nervous system was so dysregulated, I actually just needed to be more gentle with myself,
Yeah.
give myself more space, do the fascial maneuvers, like a lot more space, a lot more rest, as well as moving my body. And I feel I could start crying because I feel so different.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say content because that's not the right word, but words come to mind like spacious, responsive, you know, not reactive. Just, I feel like I'm in my life.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yes,
it's so beautiful.
because we get to stand outside of our life. We get trapped really easy, Allison, and I can feel it coming up. We get trapped really, really easy in in our lives in a different way, where we're trapped
Yeah.
in the body. And if we're trapped in the body, we can't see ourselves. We can't see ourselves. We lose connection to our world.
Yeah. And so I always say everything is at the right time. You know, even coming across your work and your team and everything you're doing, I'm like, everything is always the perfect time. And I'm so excited that you are going to my homeland, you
Yeah,
know, to bring this
next
work
next week.
because yes, I know I'm so excited. I'm so excited for my friends to go and experience it because like they're all on the phone to me and I'm like, just go enjoy your day, say hi, you know, just experience the day. And then I can't wait to chat to you just about because I was just trying to explain to people it's also being in the energy of the team that you travel with is
Yeah,
magic.
yeah,
That's also where the transformation
yeah,
happens as well,
yeah,
you know, is what you're showing people is what's possible.
yeah. You know, and that's really what it is. We want people to know you
Yeah.
healing community. We hold a high frequency. People come into that frequency, and it's felt.
And I keep saying to people, you know, stop matching what you meet. I say to my clients, because you don't want to be meeting what's out in the world right now. It's like change your frequency and vibration and then go out and have other people match you. That's how we're going to change this world. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
With energy and good frequency. And so what's happening with you is all these gorgeous people are coming together and then they're matching your energy and that's how the world changes. And I truly believe
yeah,
that.
it is. I'm super excited. We're going to be coming back also through the states.
Nice.
We're announcing a bunch more dates. We even may add some more U.S. dates. So
Amazing.
I'd love to have you come and join us on one of those dates.
Oh, I would absolutely love to. I'm so excited. If you haven't got your tickets yet, I've seen loads of messages and I'm getting loads of messages about the venue. The venue will be announced in the next couple of days. Just give everyone a chance. As you
Yeah,
heard Gary saying, just before I get a load of messages after
we
today's live, which
because
I
we
did
sold
the other
out. We
day.
sold
Yes.
out like right away, and Sweden's also the first round sold out. So we're also in the same thing in Sweden.
So the venue will be in Dublin,
Yeah,
guys, and it will be announced in the next couple of days. But my invitation to you is don't wait to get your ticket for the venue announcement because they just might not be there
yeah,
when you go to buy them. So if you really
yeah.
want to go, get your ticket today.
Yeah. It. Where I had no idea, and we have a couple VIP celebrities that we haven't announced
Nice.
yet. and some Irish ones too.
Yes.
So we're just talking to them about how we can engage with them. So it's going to be a big surprise. That's all I can say, and it's going to be really powerful.
It's going to be amazing. I'm so happy for you. Enjoy the travels. Oh, one thing I want to ask you just before we
Yeah,
go. You were doing a live the other day in what looks like a Druidic
it
site.
is. It is at this at Katarina Resort here in Czech Republic.
That looks so special. Did you
You
feel the
have
energy?
to, Allison, you have to come here.
Wow.
This resort, and we're going to publish about it. I don't even know how to explain it. They say it
Mm.
has medieval magic waters.
Wow.
It's magic waters. I mean, you can, there's a spout, you can just go fill up your water bottle from it. We're not even using our Alcaviva here. And I swim in the natural pond, and this film comes out of this natural pond, and it's like a slippery film. Even if I get in a bath or a shower afterwards, it stays there, and unless I wash it
Yeah.
off with a soap, which I don't. And it stays there throughout the day, and it's like it's transforming my skin and my body. I don't even know how to express it.
Well, that's something when you meet my sister in Dublin, I'd love you to talk to her about because the building biologists all over the world are always looking for places to go where they can hold their annual retreat, and there's not that many places they can go
This
that
place,
fits their criteria.
this place is off the chart. I mean,
Amazing.
it's beautiful.
Amazing, amazing. Big hugs. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to join you again today.
Okay, Allison, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, everybody. It is 6:30 at night for me, and we'll be posting it. You'll see it in our story, the resort, the Katarina Resort. But I'm going to. Everybody's having dinner, and I still have another meeting to go because I have to have all my meetings at night now because all of them are back. Not all of them, but a lot of them are back in the United States. So, or Canada. So, where has Jason been? Jason's here. Jason's here. I mean, we're on tour. We're going 24/7. We meet every day, 7 days a week. Our team goes. That's why we're going to take a 2-week break. I mean, literally, we get up in the morning, we do maneuvers. We have a team meeting. We go through our day. We have appointments. We have people that we see at site. So, and we will be coming back to the UK, it looks like at some point. But it's going to be on the way back as we go to Australia. We just didn't have the resources to put it together. So we are looking forward to seeing you guys. If you haven't got it yet, get your tickets right away for Dublin. And if you haven't got your tickets also for Sweden there, we're also have those. And go to our events page. And on our events page, please register for updates because we are adding a whole bunch of sites. Australia is going to be in November. Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great evening or day, I guess. Bye-bye.